Yeah. Make sure everything's working. Right, fast. There we go. Hello, Polly. Welcome, everybody. It's a little vintage streaming day today. We're gonna be playing my old what is this? TV plug and play games. I don't know if you guys ever had these before. They're made by Jack's Pacific. And they're just little arcade sticks with preloaded games on them. And they're really fun because there's like, you know, it's all vintage guns and there's like a couple of games per setup. Um and I have a lot of them. Uh, so I'm gonna get to share some of that with y'all today. So for the one that I have right now, this is the Namco. This is the first Namco one that was made. It's got Pac-Man, Galaxian, Rally X, Dig Dug, and Bosconian. And this is probably the one that I played the most. Let me like pull up a picture so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. Namco plug and play. Images. Yeah, this thing. Sales. And what? Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? Good marks. Why aren't files normal anymore? This is like a side complaint, but there's no files that are just like normal JPEGs or PNGs. They're all lab.ters and whatever else. I guess because nobody wants anybody using their pictures or whatever. Whatever. Maybe this will work. Let's see. It's kind of funny that it's like jumping around on the screen a little. Um, I finally got a capture card that works with this, and the previous version of this that I was trying to do was way more complicated. Here I am. And here. And here. There we go. And thank you, Retro Raven, for letting me borrow your picture for a second here. Alright. So, if you guys have ever played this before, it's basically messes with the joystick and the top button and a reset. It runs on batteries, and it has ketchup and mustard table hookups. And so that thing that I was trying to do before was way too complicated. I was putting this I was putting the plug and play into my into my, I can't remember if these are components or component. I think these are components switcher, and then the switch I had converting to an HDMI, and then I had the HDMI running through the capture card, and it was so many layers that the picture just came out god awful, and it looked terrible. And so I got just a direct to tone it to USB capture, and it's working with that instead. And alright, so honestly though, like from my end, it's not like laggy at all. Let's play a little Pac-Man. Blinkton, Tintin, Inku, Inkflight. The classics. 10 points for small dots, 50 points for big dots. Multiplying points. Ghost, 200, 400, 800, 1600 points. Let's play. They have a tried and true tested strategy for at least the early stages of this game. Definitely can't claim I'm a master at it, but I'm always gonna do pretty much the same opening pattern that the ghosts will typically follow. I'm usually good for maybe 3 or 4 steps. Oh, I need to take care of this quickly before I get over to the other side. Leave me alone. Oh my god, we are running them to the wire. We are running them to the wire. Oh, I didn't turn back fast enough. That was embarrassing. I got greedy on eating the ghosts when I could have just been passing stages. One of the things I think is the best advantage, at least to passing the stages, is that you get higher and higher level fruit. That... Dang, they were blitzing for me on that one. Did you see that? What kind of rain? So the fruits become worse more as the stages increase. Man, you can see when they all might decide to turn on me. It's fine, if we're playing this game. I'm eating all of you. I've got to be careful with this one. I can't strand too many dots on this side. I gotta turn and don't turn. Boom. Catch them all coming out of the net. Boom, boom, boom. That's how it's done. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're racking up some points today. I love the little animation. Let me know, what was y'all's, like, arcade game that you were the best at? So now these fruits are worth like 500, yeah. I got that one a little early. Doing good, we're still on our first quarter. When the fruits become worth chasing. Oh boy. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and clean up the map on this one. Not gonna get greedy. That was hubris today. So, I watch the entire Uma Musume. Well, not the first season. Technically, I watched it backwards. Oh, he caught me on that spot. But I watched. He sent out the Pretty Derby by Grey Cinderella, which was really cool. Nice Bella. Oh, that was a wasted turn. Come on. No, I couldn't back out of that one. Couldn't back out of that one fast enough. 16,900 points for openers. Not a bad start, though. Not a bad start. We will definitely take that one. And so this game will basically keep your high score until you turn it off or switch to another game. So there's no, like, permanent high score storage. It's just the best of whatever rounds you happen to be playing that day. Oh, that was a bad move. That was a bad move. No! I couldn't go up. Not sure why I struggled on that one. Wasn't super. No! No! I said up! Okay, we're not looking super hot on this round. Go like normal people. Oh, I love when they just walk right by you. Gotta clean up the rest of this. Now they're all running. Anybody want to get to a chase? No. This one's worth chasing. This should be I thought he was gonna go up. Faked me out. Well, yeah, they have to line up really nicely for that to work. But yeah, so Cinderella Grey is about the story of Ogre Tap, who is a racehorse from the Ogres that came out of the regional circuit and went on a 6-win streak in the Nationals, which was pretty unbelievable. Tied the longest win streak record at the time. And wound up having a rival in another gray horse. And there was kind of a sentiment at the time that gray horses couldn't race. So it was really kind of a groundbreaking deal. But damn, you turned on the jets for that one. Blow out the red. What? I got smoked. You know what? We're gonna try and do better on this one. You know, joysticks aren't perfect, and I could be playing this, you know, on my keyboard, and I would have, like, all of the accurate responses and stuff, but it's one of the things that you're gonna see on this channel is that I love playing with original equipment. That's really, you know, something that I've spent a lot of time collecting, and I like putting all of that together. So that I can play games on the original hardware that they were produced by. And, you know, that's really fun, kind of a special thing to me. So, I'm gonna do my best to kind of set up convoluted capture devices and be able to play everything on the hardware that it was created for. Technically, a play-and-play capture card is an emulator of sorts. That wasn't worth chasing. Down. There we go. There we go. Come on. There we go. Don't you dodge me. Don't you dodge me. Alright, we're gonna stop. What? Oh, you tried. Oh, you tried. You wanted to have an attitude. That was a solid mouse. No, they trapped. No, they trapped me. That wasn't cool. Not cool. I see you, Blinky. Blinky, Pinky, Pinky. 5. But yeah, the anime was very impressive in its storytelling. So yeah, they don't chase right out of that first gate. They have their preset paths, and then you can see them all turn to chase. It's kind of an interesting thing. Oh, I'm running terrible on this one. Yep, another one, another chase pattern. And we can knock him out. Don't want to grab that shell while their eyes are floating, because then they won't get blued on the next power-up. There we go. Clean. Brute. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I have one more power-up. Don't need to get greedy on this one. It's, you want, to have a power-up on the side of the map that you're about to head to, because if you have to cross an entire map and the power-up's not there, that gets really tough. Ah, wow, I have wasted a really good opportunity there. That'll work. That'll work. There we go. Much better start. And so the show did a really good job because it follows the real life results of the race as they happen. So there's no what's it called? Oh, don't beat me, don't beat me, don't beat me. Yes. There's no plot armor for the show. But if you go back and you want to spoil the show for yourself, you can just look up the actual race results, and you'll know how they all end. But that really, made the writers get kind of creative with plot lines on okay, how do we get people to, win and lose and stay invested in the character even though they're destined to, lose a race. There we go. Oh, we picked up another life too. And the other thing is that you just get to watch a bunch of races. It's not like a show that's got a ton of filler in it, where you're watching, internal drama, or wow, that was bad. That was so bad. There's that one. What a waste. Literally, you're watching 1 to 2 races per episode. So you really get kind of sped through that career. Because everything's just supposed to be, packed into one season. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am not following my plan up. I'm just kind of chasing Spawn at this point. Because I'm probably not gonna make it to the next unless I get really lucky. Okay, we might make it to the next stage unless he just gets real antsy. Don't you chase, don't you chase. Stop. Oh, wow, we pulled that one off. We pulled that one off, everybody. Way to go. Picked up another... Oh, no, we did... What? I don't remember what the call sign is. Got that actual life. No! So close to my store, too, and I turned the wrong way. That was embarrassing. Come on. Come on. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, you get to see, especially at Cinderella Grey, there were a lot of races in Ogre Cap's career because he ran a lot of regionals. Or technically, the horse is male. The character's female, which is kind of funny. But Ogre Cap ran a lot of regional races before the horse went to the national circuit. Whoa, that's what that I'm not quite as fast in the early stages, but boy, did they pick up some theme. Stay open, yes! Okay, I wasted a lot of moves on that one. I'm gonna get stuck in a corner. Oh yeah, deep down. That's what I'm talking about. I'll close this map out. Now I have a chance of chasing any of our guests. So you just get to see, you know, race after race after race. It really builds. Like you don't have to sit for an entire training arc, which is nice. I can enjoy some training arcs, but there's shows that just take way too long on them. They're not fun. Don't come under. Yeah. Good looking to get it inside. Leave me alone! Bring me alone! Oh, that was a mistake. That was a wrecky mistake there. Hold on. What are we even doing here? Come back here. Yeah. Oh, he went on the chase. That was rude. Solid cornering skills. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. You know, I don't have the volume in my ear, so I can't tell if I'm, like, really quiet compared to the game audio. Y'all will have to let me know. Boy, they all dodged that one. Now, I know I made that mistake earlier. We're learning. Got big brains. That was bad. There. No, I couldn't turn it back up. Alright, let me turn the volume down a little. Help y'all out. Hopefully you can hear me a little better. There we go. And I'm meeting people for dinner tonight, so I can't, I have to shit and suffer. Because I'm mostly trying to lose weight. So I'm not just like horking down big breakfasts every morning. I know I really want to. Ah, that was bad. I wonder if some of the race announcers for the show were like actual real life announcers. Because they sound really good. Taking a lap. Sometimes it is faster to take a lap. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, we're not gonna blow it this time. Wow, I'm really hungry. I don't know if y'all can hear my stomach growling from over there. Oh, I got lucky. Apples. Now we really stopped chasing. Come on. Don't double back on me. Don't double back on me. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on, oh, we caught him on a line. That's what's it's is that a ghost fight? I never get to see that animation. I believe Pac-Man is a game that doesn't have a thrummable ending. It ends, basically when the game breaks. From hitting a maximum score that's outside of the counter. Oh, he was burning for me. Did you see that? That was fast, but we have a new high score. Oh my goodness. Let's get it on. I get a lot of joy out of playing with that joystick. Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. What was that? Come on. We're like a normal person. There you go. We were playing with my food. Woof. That was a good fake. That was a good fake. Good moves. Good moves. Be greedy. Come on. There we go. You chasing. But. Oh, boy. Well, I don't know if y'all seen it at some point, but I released my video on my racing challenge. Wow, he was gunning for me. And so the challenge learns, to beat me. So I'll be running some races. And what did I do? I did my 100, 200, and 400 and put up the times. And I'll be doing that 800 and the mile later. And then, technically, if we're going for all of the Olympic races, I should have what is it? 5,000 meter, and that's the furthest that I'll run. I really don't like distance running at all. Sprinting is way more fun and more tolerable for my body. And I don't know if y'all notice, anybody watching is an actual runner, they'll notice that the times that I put it are incredibly slow and very beatable. So definitely don't look at that and feel like you can't do that. Go out and try first, yeah. I'm interested in seeing how fast some of y'all are. I think we might have some speed demons in our community, we don't really know. How fast does Aisha speed? Has he ever put up a time? I know he raced, Noah Lyles. But I don't think they actually wrote what time he ran. Was it a 400 meters? It was on the Mr. Beast channel. Of course, Noah Lyles, as you know, is the fastest man on the planet right now, won the 100-meter dash in the 2024 Olympics. There we go. We got a clean run here. Nice. Yeah, but, you know, I think it would be fun to have just a long-standing, you know, timetable of records. And that was something that was at my school when I ran track was, you know, they just had the school, like, record board of the all times. And they had the top 10 times of each race during the year, which is fun. And you got to see yourself, you know, PR'd and improve every now and then. You know, and getting to see that stuff, at least for me, makes it pretty fun. Now, I know I'm trying to advertise this to introverts. Oh, that was bad. No, I thought I got trapped in the corner. Yeah. So, yeah, y'all put up your time. Go outside and run a race and put up some times. And, you know, kind of see how you compare. About, you know, every month or so, I think I'll rerun my races. 'Cause hopefully I can get a little faster and I'd at least lose some weight. And then I might put up, weightlifting numbers as well, and y'all can, you know, try to compete against those. 'Cause I don't think anybody else is putting out numbers right now for VTubers, so I would dare to say I am the strongest VTuber in the world right now. Until proven otherwise. Man, if you can make clean turns, you can outrun a lot of them. You know, I'd never really watched horse racing before, and then this May. So I didn't have racing invested in the show. But it was really cool. And since then I've gone back and watched, like, the real life races, and I'm in the middle of watching the Pretty Derby anime. I don't think I'm gonna actually play the game. I don't have enough time for that. I do so many other things. Come back here. Man, you gotta have some split vision when you play this game. Sure, like, is anybody in my corner? I'm looking for people, I'm looking for routes. I hit that one a little early. We're gonna have to clean up this quickly. Nice. Good job. Good job, everybody. Here we go. I was late on that turn. Yeah. Ah! Sound like Dale Gribble. Yeah. What do you mean the aliens are trying to attack my yellow-orange slice? You know that's just the government conspiracy. Come on, Hank, would they really put us in a blue maze if they didn't want us to do their bidding? I've been watching clips of the new King of the Hill. Ah! I got greedy. I've been watching clips of the new King of the Hill show. And it's funny. I'll have to sit down for the actual episodes. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was like, I thought that was the last life. I was adjusting my headphones and everything. Got caught slacking. Oh, man. Alright, one more. We got this. Come on, team. We're a team. We're a team. I like to go to a local arcade. They ran a different route than I thought they would. And there's a Pac-Man game there that you can get a lot of tickets from. Well, that was bad. You only have to clear the first level. They run it the same as the original Pac-Man. Like the ghosts don't change their patterns. And then once you clear the first level, there's a bonus level that you run, and you run into the center gate where the ghosts drop from, and that's how you get like the total bonus tickets, and you could rack up like 100 tickets per thing. Oh well. And that's like, in the arcade that I go to, that's like the best like ticket accumulation per dollar. I don't know, that you can get if you really like ticket hunting. The place is kind of cool. It's worth doing some ticket hunting because they're partnered with like a different shop that sells like figurines and stuff. I wish they would put like old games or like you can trade in for cartridges. That would be really cool. There's a lot of cards like magic cards, Pokemon cards, things like that. That was a wasted nose. What am I doing? Come on, wake up here. Oh, that was bad. See if I can do the long stretch. That one always cuts it short when he turns. Oh. You see me going to that? Them cherries. I know why the thing's jumping around now. It's because I'm like cranking on the joystick while it goes. And it's like literally showing the image on the screen. That's kind of fun. Don't you feel silly when you chase me and then you get eaten? That arcade's fun. I had a friend, or I still have a friend, that plays a lot of coin pushers. And that's like the most tickets I've ever seen someone rack up. But the coin pushes cost so much money. Wow, he sped up on that one. He was angry. And he... Bungy boinky. Don't turn. LMAO, get chased. There we go. Stage clear. And so I've got a couple of these plug and play machines. I have I have the second Namco one. I have the SpongeBob one, the Star Wars one, and the Atari one. And one more that I can't think of right now. And there's I don't have the there's definitely some that I don't have. Oh man. Fine. I didn't want to eat you. Can I catch him? Yeah, we hit the floor. But no. At least I hit all 4 guests. Oh, that doesn't happen super often. Yeah, there's I don't remember. There's a lot of these. And there's a lot of these that aren't just like the arcade joystick ones. There's sports ones that people had. That's kind of a cool little thing. So Jack's Pacific made a couple of sports games that were called the early Wii's. There was a baseball game that had like an actual bat and a fencer. And you had to, swing the bat and throw the ball. And it would, in order to do it in the game. That was way before the Wii came out, but they were doing that motion tracking technology to play video games. There we go. You don't really think about it, but Pac-Man actually doesn't have the background music. All of the sound effects of the game are just the items being consumed or the ghosts running around. But every, saying makes its own noise. Oh, I thought the blue one was gonna turn. Fine. Oof, I need to sit up straight. In the back. Mind me. My back. Oh. Rip. A strawberry. No, I wanted the strawberry. Doing this a little different than I normally. sad Pac-Man noises. I wonder what's the maximum amount of points you can get per stage. Technically it's infinite because you can keep running around and collecting fruit. But omitting the fruit, it would be whatever's the total point count of eating Glitchy Ghost times 4 for each power-up, plus however many, 10-point dots are on the stage. And then Shri would just be like the bonus on top of that. But even then, in the first rounds, all of the ghosts don't get released, so really, it's not until like the second or third round that the maximum available points can be achieved. Oh, that was a bad move. Don't get caught, don't be cut! Oh! His name is Speedy. We'll catch him here. Nope. Oh, come on, get it. Does it look like the ghosts have glasses? To me, it looks like they have glasses when they're all blue. No. Let's go follow. I turned! Not cool. Let's see. Oh boy. Stupid. I'm gonna stretch real quick. I did not pass an ergonomic. Oh my. Okay, I need to stay at that. I do not have an ergonomic gaming chair. I'm actually sitting on a bench. Yeah, my gaming setup is not like a typical desk and chair. Instead, I have a bench. Then I have a dining table because I'm in an apartment. So I can't like fit a separate, desk area. This game I am not very good at. It's pretty rare that I make it past the first round. I would not expect a high degree of skill while watching me play this one. Yeah. Should have written down whatever I brought score was for Pac-Man. To come back some other time to try to beat it. Oh, I wouldn't reload. Yep, that's about how that goes. You. Okay. Oh, we shot the gap on that one. Ah. You think it's gonna reload in time, but it does not. It's hard. You get trapped in a corner, and you don't do very. I'm not doing very good. It's might be my worst game. Out of all of the games that are on this machine, actually I would say this is definitely my worst game. I was not a great Pac-Man player until a couple of years ago. And I really had a roommate that had like the Nintendo arcade machine, and we just had like a whole weekend of playing Pac-Man and like looking at Pac-Man strategy and junk. And we got a lot better at it than I are. I definitely wouldn't say I'm a quality Pac-Man player, but I got a lot better than I used to be. I'm messed. That was fun. But now I have a GameCube, but that you know, we'll play some GameCube sometime. I'll get a lot of systems that I can share gameplay on. So right now, the systems that I have that function. This is where it gets hard. The systems I have right now that function are a PS2, a PS3, a PS4, a GameCube, and a Wii, and I have every it's a Game Boy generation that works. I have the Dot Matrix Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance. I don't have a Pocket. Do I have a Pocket? What is this? I'm literally looking at it on my desk right now. Yeah, I do have a Game Boy Pocket. Alright. And then a Micro, and a Game Boy Micro, and then a Game... And then I have a DS Lite, and is it a Dwight or an I? I think it's a DSi. I have a DSi, and then a 3DS. And that's everything that works right now. Other things I have that don't work right now. Original Xbox 360, a Dreamcast, an NES. I don't have an SNES, and I do not have an N64. I have a Game Gear, a handheld Game Gear. Is that it? Is that everything? Oh, and I have a PSP. Not a Vita, just a regular PSP 1000. That's all. Yeah, that's all my stuff. There's not really a good way. Like, I don't have a way to capture the handheld games. They are really at all. Like, I don't have any of the mods set up where they have like little video outports. for any of my handheld systems, but we can play a bunch of Game Boy games on the GameCube because I have the Game Boy player on the GameCube. So we'll do some of that. I just can't play, I can't stream, and, you know, I can't like game capture games that are on my Game Boy directly. Technically, the PSP, you have kids. Is it a mod? I don't remember if that one's a mod or not, or if you just have to buy the keyboard. Where? Oh, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Shoot my gap. Come on. Oh. We did a little better on that one. We did a little better on that one. Yeah, that's all the systems that I have right now. I like to... So I have some of my childhood systems. Then I liked to... I never bought... After my childhood systems, I never bought a new system. I bought broken ones and I fixed them. Because that was just, you know, that was fun. I was interested in that kind of stuff. And my local game shop just has, you know, like as-is broken consoles. Where, you know, the power, it won't turn on, or the disk drive won't read, or the video output won't put. Stuff like that. Or it'll have like a broken controller port or something. And so I bought all of those and fixed them up. So that they work. Which is pretty cool. And I'm pretty proud of that still. I waited, I hesitated, and it cost me. So my childhood consoles are the PS2 and the Wii and the Game Boy Advance and the Micro and the SP. Well, the PS3. Yeah, I also have a PS3 and a PS4. What? My childhood PS4 is actually at my parents' house. Because that's like my system that I leave over there to play stuff whenever I'm at their place. Come on. Oh, I missed. No! Dang it. And so, systems that I have fixed and do stuff with. So I don't play my original PS2. I kind of try to keep it preserved, keep the disc radio preserved. I had a slim silver PS2. Or have a slim silver PS2. Get it. But I wanted to save it, so I bought a broken PS2 set and modded it. Yeah, we got past the first stage. I modded it with a hard drive. You know how the fat PS2s have like a hard drive bay? So how did I do this one? Oh, Jed, I remember how I did this, but I put a chip on it? No? Oh, no, I know what I did. So, yeah, so I bought, like, the external hard drives and an adapter for the bay, so that now it runs through the SATA connection. And then I got, FreeMcBoot software on a memory card. And the FreeMcBoot software allows the system to read games directly from the hard drive, and you don't have to have a disk. And so that's how I play my PS2 stuff. PS3. Okay, so I have modded PS3s. I don't actually, like, possess any of them right now. I've modded two. I've modded two PS3s. So the first one was the fat... the original fat PS3 lever was like the first version of that one. Because that one had cold and internal... I'm trying to remember why. It's something about the way that do it. I think because it can hold like the biggest internal hard drives. It could recognize a 1 terabyte. And there was something else about it. I'm trying to remember now. Oh, because it could play PS2 games, that's why. I wanted the one that was backwards compatible, so I modded the backwards compatible one. And it worked, and then it got the yellow light of death. And I've done a lot of research on the yellow light of death. There's a guy that makes two really good videos on it, because one is like his original thought of what was the yellow light of death's cause, and then he did more research and then figured out more so of what it actually was, because people thought it used to be these ramchits. Whatever. And I think what he actually figured out is that it's got the same problem as the 360s, where the lead solder on the CPU melts. I mean, don't quote me on this, I'd have to go back and... It's been a while since I actually did all that research, so I don't totally remember it off the top of my head. But that's what that was. And so I had that, and then it got the yellow light of death, and it broke to me, and I was very sad. So I gave that one back to the shop. And then I made a second one, for my brother, so that he could, because he would, move to a different city. So I made one for him. So, because he's not a dumber gamer. He doesn't play nearly as much as I do, but he likes playing games. And so I wanted to give him a system to take, and he wouldn't have to manage, discs and stuff. So I modded a PS3 Super Slim, the 3rd generation, not the Slim, but the Super Slim that has the sliding top loading tray. Because I found a really cheap one at like a resale, like a Goodwill. It wasn't a Goodwill, it was a shop like Goodwill. And so I found one there. It had a broken disk drive. But that didn't matter. I can just put a hard drive in it and preload the games and put the modded firmware on it. Something that... Oh, that was the other thing, is that the fat PS3s had permanent software, like permanent firmware mods, so you'd have to do it every time, but the Slam and the Super Slam, every time you turn the machine on, you have to reload the software. You thought the same thing, but it's the same thing. Yeah, they're interchangeable, but you have to reload that. You have to reintegrate the system every time you turn it on, and it's not complicated. If you just get into the habit of it, it's fine, and that's what my brother did. He's just in the habit of knowing how to do that every time. And you don't need an internet connection to do it every time. You just have to tell it to run its programs first, and then you can load your bones and stuff. And so he has that one. And then I am playing just off of discs on my childhood PS3. Favorite PS2 game? Star Wars Battlefront 2, for sure. Either that one or the Lego Star Wars 2. I got most hours out of both those. I think Star Wars Battlefront 2 is my favorite. But both of those had the most hours put into them. Favorite PS3 game? Probably the Assassin's Creed series. That was kind of what I grew up playing. And so I really liked Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and Revelations, Ezio trilogy. I played a lot of that. So that's, yeah, I would say that's probably the most played PS3 net. And then PS4, so I have, yeah, the Valve PS4 that stays at my parents' house, and then I bought another PS4 and soft modding it, and put in a bigger hard drive and put some games on it. And you know what's really funny? I've never played it. I modded the whole PS4 and went through the process and made sure everything works, and then since then I literally haven't played it. It's been on my desk the whole time, but I moved to other projects, and so I've never actually played a PS4 game, like, completely on that system. It still works. The PS4 has the same thing as the newer PS3s, where it's not from a jailbroken, you have to redo it every time. It's a little bit more complicated because you have to put the flash drive with the firmware in it, and you have to run a package installer. And you can do it offline, you just have to, but you have to search a site, and you just have to have the site basically saved on your thing. On your machine, so that it works you can preload it while it's offline. But that all works. And then games, I've done the most game tweets. I've done 3? I think I modded 3 gun cubes. Or, well, I've helped mod like 4 or 5 of them. At least 4. You know, I'm like concentrating. Oh! Yeah, I've helped mod like 4 of them without modding. I have 2 or 1. I have 1 gun cube that's just stops. I have 2 modded, I have 1 GameCube that's stock breaking. I have 2 GameCubes that are modded. And they're modded in different ways. So the first GameCube that I have is modded, with the chip. With the disc reader set. That you have to solder directly to the motherboard that's underneath, disc reader. And then you have to burn a GameCube disc with the jailbreak on it, basically. And so the chip, and what the chip does is it bypasses the disc reader's like verification step for playing original GameCube discs. So you bypass that so I can read any disc. And then you give it a disc that has the jailbreak on it, so it runs the disc, it loads the jailbreak software onto the GameCube. And so I had that one set up like that. But it shelled right now because a couple of years after I did that, now process came out. We're modding the GameCube, modding the GameCube with the Pico boot. And the Pico boot is just a little motherboard that you can preload some software on it. And I have the Pico boot directly wired into the GameCube's main motherboard. And so every time I turn on the GameCube, it lets switch from the Pico boot right away. I don't have to use the disc. Now, the disc reader, on the one that I use, the disc reader can only read original GameCube discs. It's not a jailbroken disc reader. Those are 2 separate things, which is kind of interesting that they run differently. But but Pico Boot does allow you to turn out the read clock. So you can play Japanese and European and 4000 on the same machine. And then I did another mod to the Pico Boot GameCube a while later. I don't remember what it was called. What was it called? Oh, you're so close. Got him. Yeah! Yeah, I did a mod the controller ports. And so there's a dang, I can't focus. Ooh, right up there. Yeah, I don't know. There's a mod to the controller. Oh, okay. Same thing. I'm not drinking enough water. Oh, okay. I drank some water. I ate some salt. So that should help you out. Oh, where was I? Oh, you know what it is? I think the mod's called Laser Bear. And what it is, it's a mod. You swap out the motherboard that's on the GameCube controller ports. And what it does is it turns the controller ports into Bluetooth receivers. So you can pair any Bluetooth controller to the GameCube, and so you can. It's an alternate instead of having to buy the Wavebirds or the knockoff Wavebirds. Now you can just Bluetooth any of your other controllers, PS3, PS4, Xbox controllers, and play the GameCube with them. It's really cool, and it doesn't mess up the functionality of the original ports. Like, so you can still plug in controller too. And it works both ways. And then, yeah, and then I have the Game Boy adapter on it as well to play Game Boy games. It has, oh, that's a lie. Hang on. I do. I have an easy flash card. But I have an easy flash card from the Game Boy games. I have my original Game Boy games too, but I also use this flash card. But, well, I also got like a different memory. Uh, what's it called? A memory card. The GameCube that has truncated partitions on it. It's that basic one that you can get on Amazon. little clear blue ones. When they have a button and it swaps between different it's basically like 4 different memory cards packed into one stick. And you swap between them. And the reason for that is you click store North American and European thumbs and Japanese games all on the same memory card. North American and Europeans can be on its own, and the Japanese has to be on a separate one. So if you play Japanese copies of games, if you try to save them on the other memory card, it'll crash. That's why I have them like that. So that I can swap between Japanese and North American saves. And the third thought is for 100% splitting. Because I'm not gonna go, like I have my personal save files on there that I'll do for some of those games, but some of the games I just want it to be like, have everything already unlocked so I can swap. When people come over, I can just swap out when everything's, already unlocked. Melee and there was a kite and all that. But I don't have to grind out those games again. Which is pretty nice. I'm really happy with my Denki. I've put a lot of effort in that. And I'm pretty proud of it. Out. Oh. Yeah. What else? Let's play a new game. Rally-X. I like Rally-X a lot. So you have to capture the flag and not get hit by the comms and not hit the rock. And that's it. Alright. This one's got a fun little theme song. Oh yeah. So that's what the other cars are trying to do is That is not what I told it. I swear I'm good at this game. That wasn't a good example. Pay no attention to that one. So what have I talked about? By the PlayStations, the advanced units. But I haven't talked about the Xbox. I forgot, I have smoke. Friend. So that's a thing, is that, yeah, smoke takes away from your fuel. Why am I doing the race that I'm doing? I'm not driving at all like I normally do. And so the smoke will spin him out. But you can't just burn smoke the whole time or you'll run out of fuel. So if your car runs out of fuel and the game's over. And you have to kind of watch the map to make sure. These guys want these super shower. Yeah. These guys want to put 180s on you. Like the Pac-Man ones did. And so if you grab the special flag, you kind of want to go for the special flag first, because then it doubles out of the flags that you capture off the ring. I also think this one's got a really cool theme song. The maps will challenge. I should have... I tried to double back if I did a good job of that. It helps when you kind of know the map. So that you can tell what the flags are hiding. Oh, I didn't skew that. There's the rock. I don't know, it's still on that. Down in the coil. There's the rock. If you run into the rock, you die. Like that. Other things that I've modded. So I've modded 2 Xbox 360. I did it the right way and the wrong one, sort of. I did it the way I wanted, and I had space for gamble on whether or not it works. And I did the Argmos mod on the Corona 360s. So the Corona is a type of motherboard because you want to... Where am I going with this? Different types of motherboards require different types of mods. And the other thing is that the Corona motherboards were in, or not the Corona, Jaspers. Yeah, these are these are Jaspers. The Jasper motherboards are the least likely of the fat 360s to get the red death. Because there are ones that were made after they basically made the solution to the red ring. And now they're less like the overheat and all the solder open shits. By the way, never buy an Xbox that's had its red ring of death fixed. It hasn't. The only way to fix it is to buy a CPU and unlight. Take a CPU from a working 360 and put it into a non-working 360, which no one would do, because that just doesn't make sense. You just get a new 360 at that point. And it worked, and then it stopped working. And this is a thing about doing the RGH mod specifically. I forget what the other one's called. There's a different mod fight that requires you to leave a inside of the casino, and I was trying to not do that one. I didn't feel like, why did I run into the block? I didn't feel like leaving a chip inside the machine. Oh, you know what it was? Well, it's not the peekaboo that's where you. It's a different kind. But it is. It required you buying a mod chip. And I remember when I was doing this process, all of them were sold out. That was like supply chain shortage, days and all of that. And so all of those chips were sold out, and you couldn't buy them. So the RGH mod didn't require that. It required the chip for the dump, to dump the coding of the motherboard. Every mod on Xbox 360, they're motherboard specific, like our motherboard, and every mod, then it's specific to, there's one mod for the motherboard, and there's one mod for the hard disk drive, and each one has a unique signature. You have to go into the kernel every time you do one. I had a friend that had the kernel dumper, most of them. And since I wasn't gonna be able to buy the chip for the original mod, I went for the RGH mod, because what the RGH mod does, you just put 2 ones that resist it on the board, and you can slash the cell, and it works. But with the RGH mod on Fat 360s is sometimes it flow breaks them. And what I mean by slow breaking is that your 360 will turn on slower and slower every time until it just doesn't turn on. And I did this mod to 2 of them, and they both worked correctly the first time that I played them. I wanted the other reason I wanted the fat 360s is because they have that external hard drive plug-in thing that's nice. And I like that. I liked having, all of the units, together. So I had my original, hard drive choice that I could swap like a new hard drive into, and I had a like 360 memory card and stuff. I liked all of that, and so yeah, I did that, and I did the mod, and I was playing the system. That's I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 artists started slowing down and slowing down and slowing down with the network stops turning on entirely. And so the second 360 has just been sitting. Yeah, I haven't turned it on, like I haven't turned it on enough times that it would show problems, but there's likely that it could. It's kind of it's a toss. It's random on whether or not your Jasper one will take the RTH mod or not. I don't know why. But I've done the mod to both of them. The other thing that made me kind of not immediately just get the second 360 working is that I would have to go back through like this like Zell is on it. So it's jailbroken, but I have to go back and click like all of the interface stuff onto it as well. I can't remember the names of any of that stuff, but you have to mod the home screen, and you have to do some things to be able to call it to read in directly from the hard drive and stuff like that. I just kind of messed with that. Funny enough, though, the one that's working, that 360 that's working, was originally sold with the disk drive, and the disk drive just works. So I don't know, like, it was broken by whoever, originally had it and gave it to the shop, and then I bought it, assuming that it didn't work actually. And you know how I knew it worked? Because I hit the check button, and there was a disk still in there. And I put the disk back in, and it ran. So I have the free top disk. Hey, Dead Space. So yeah, I've never hooked up that second Xbox to actually like continue playing it. I'm gonna do that though. Because I would like to. It's really the best way to play like the old Call of Duties and stuff. And like, yeah, and the Dead Space guy, Years of War. I guess those are kind of like the big exclusives that I can think of. Oh, you know what else I wanted them for? For Dance Central. Because I love like EDR and Dance Central and Just Dance on the Wii. I played the heck out of all of those games. Those were really super fun. And so I love my dance games. And I had never owned Dance Central, but I saw a lot of people playing it. It looked really super funny. And so I got it, I got the motion sensors thing hooked up. Yeah, and I was doing, I was having fun. I was playing for Dance Central. The problem is my room is too small. My room is too small to be able to see all of the sensors. I couldn't play the games very well. But if I ever get a bigger room, then I'll swap over to that other Xbox from that to be something to play later. What else? I have the Xbox out good DVD players. I don't have the cable to actually hook them into the Xbox. I'd have to dig up like the software to get the Xbox to read it. I have one HD, I think of King Kong. So that's kind of funny that I might have a way to play HD instead, of course, the PS3 and PS4 Blu-ray. And the PS2 was just our traditional DVD player. Those are the big selling. It's one of the reasons why the PS2 sold so well is because you could just market it as a DVD player with name more families want to buy it. And that's how the Blu-ray versus HD DVD royalties were won by PlayStation bundling their Blu-ray player. and HD are allowed. And Blu-ray was, I don't know, until streaming services. Oh well. No. I should know two. I have one that I bought, and then I have one that a friend gave me. I don't have the cables to hook them up, so I've never actually like tried them out. But that's on the list. It's on the list of things to do. No. As for the Xbox, the original Xbox, it's probably different again. Just ran over and died, and I'm like, you know what? You know what? You know what? I think I'm gonna play it again. I apologize if my pronunciation is very poor. I'd try to make it bad. That oh, yeah. Now I'm just making noises. Dig Dug is a pretty easy app to play. There we go. I gotta catch him. The last one's always gonna try to run away. Get more points if you drop rocks on him. But I never really do that. Typically, you want to make the last one, the furthest one away. This game's funny too, because the music only plays when the guy's digging. No, I got caught in the water. What was I saying? Well, that's the story of the 360s. As far as the original Xbox, oh no, double chill. That's the only game I think that has a preset high score on it. So that cost you a life, I think. Nope, they're my life. Don't chase me. Don't chase me, bro! Get popped. I'm doing a lot of ums today. That was bad news. What was it gonna say? The original Xbox. I think the only thing broken with it is that it doesn't play games. Well, it doesn't play games. But it's also Brit. And what that means is that, yeah. The hard drive as a issue with that. No. Where it just gets stuck on the screen, yeah. I can't, like, the menu, it's not that it cancels the menus for as it functions. You dodged it. Brilliant! Not cool. Never actually picked up a fruit. But I think if I just get his original Xbox with the hard drives, I'll have to find the old software for it. So why? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And then I can jailbreak it and just like it onto the hard drive. The Dreamcast. The Dreamcast, I want to do something a little different. Oh, that didn't count. There's oh, wait, I did to him. Should have just shot the thing. The little lace there? And that's enough dig bag for today. Boscodian? This is a fun one. This one you're trying to blow out space thing. Space stations. Like that. You have to shoot them in the center. And they're little spaceships in the basement. And you clear a level by blowing up all the spaceship. And there's like mines and asteroids out there that you have to dodge. Sometimes they'll send a bunch of spaceships after you at the same time. The map repeats though, there's no walls to it, I'll tell you that in a bit. So you just go around in a circle. Then the spaceships shoot their little pellets at you, the cores will have shields. The other way to blow up the space is to blow up each of the pods that are on the outside. Like those. You don't want to deal with having to shoot the core. Every time you blow up a pod, the pods won't shoot at you anymore. You won't shoot the little beam things at you anymore. And we'll get to the next stage, and they'll start shooting rockets out of the middle. It's fun. The nice thing is that you swim streets as fast as your finger can. Okay, everybody could stop like coming for me at the exact same time. That'd be good. Okay, timing this is killing me. There's the formation. Yeah, you got blown up. There we go. And it's nice that you shoot out of the front and the back. If you shoot out of the front, that would be horrid. There's the missiles. And that's Bus Tony. Technically, I should be able to get to the first level without dying. Good. So as far as the plug-and plays go, this one that I'm playing now and the Star Wars one are the ones that I had when I was so the other ones are new, which is interesting. Lame. Locked right into that one. See if I can clear this without dying. You do get points for everything that you bought. So there's incentive to just shoot all over the place. Trying to get on the right line. There we go. Who shot at me? I didn't even see the pixel for that one. Right. So see, I'm on the far side of it. Watch me cross over. Bloop. Now I'm on the other side. Bruh. That's what you get for goofing around in the middle of space station. There we go. Let's go! Now skip cards. Bruh, he came out fucking fast. I walked into that one. That was a little disappointing. Yeah, disappointing. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we do it. I walked into that one. Yeah, not having an impressive fun of this. On this game. Grand face for it. Laughing at. There we go. I remember if I actually got to what I was going to say about the Dreamcast. Well, yeah, the Dreamcast, I need to get controllers for it. I need to there's a lot of work to be done in cast, because I don't have any like original cast equipment. But basically I want to put in, it's an optical drive replacement, where it basically connects the optical drive, but is just the hard drive. But it hooks in place with the optical drives and makes the main figures playing games, and you don't have to soft mod the system. It's kind of cool. But they are not cheap. But I haven't bought one. Open your door. There we go. What? This one. Button. Why? Oh boy. There we go. Easy start. Easy start. Open the door. What else? The aliens. I've had for a while to feel it gotten some actually working on it. That knowledge new cartridge reader. And there's some pretty cool aftermarket ones that don't have the swatting mechanism. The reason the cartridge reader on NES wears out is because of the friction of pressing the cartridge down to the end at the little injection thingy. That usually wears out over time. And so, the old chunks are so old they need to be replaced. And they make aftermarket ones now that don't have the index, which you can just slide your part in and out, and it doesn't wear out those contacts. But you can also submit on the EverDrive NES, so that you're not even if you didn't have to replace that, would be doing that action every time you wanted to play a new one. I didn't need some control layers, power cables, all that. I don't have any other gears for that. And then, what else? I've done a lot of mods on the controls. Hey, when this like slightly off. There we go. I've done a couple of screen mods on Game Boy Advances, the dot matrix, and the color. And I want to do shell swaps, and all of them except my original. Like, I'm keeping my original, so I never mod my original systems. My childhood systems, because they're like, the original ones. You don't want to mess with them. It's nice to have those right just as they are. Walked in that. But I have a really good astronaut kit. Game Boy Advance. So it's got Shell Swan in the backwoods player and speaker mod and then the power cleaning. Yep. And then the flashcard. And the other Gong boys that I've done mods for other people, so I've only checked for one. I technically don't have enough Game Boys playing 4 swords yet. Or, yes, how do you guess fourth one? For it. And already had, like, you know, fully placed voice codes adventures. So as you don't know, it's Legend of Zelda of the game team, when one of the things about the GumTube, not only could you play Game Boy games on it with the Game Boy Player, you could also use your Game Boy Advance as a controller for some games, which was super cool. And one of the big ones for it was Legends of Zelda Adventures, where you could have 4 different people controlling independent links on their Game Boy screens. And, come on, I think that it won't open its doors. And there's like, you know, parts of the game where you go inside tunnels and stuff. And then, like, you know, your Boy screen becomes where you hover on the map. You know, it becomes your third-person view. And in other zones, it's just like your item and inventory stuff, like there's a Metal Gear game. Where that's just inventory stuff on it. And, I'm yawn. Oh, stretching. Stretching again. Oh boy. I'll get worn out. Okay. We haven't even seen the spy ship. No. The spy ship comes out and he chases you. And it happens when you're just running around the map for a really long time. The spy ship comes out. I think it can shoot at you too. I think. Don't quote me on that. What else have I here? Oh man, what's starting to say? I don't know how people do these 24-hour states. Well, they have a lot of interaction with houses. I don't know how anyone would do a 24-hour stream just by themselves. Well, you know, I think that's gonna be it for today. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to tell you about the rest of the parks. Because I have gotten severely behind on that. I'll be adding like crazy now. Thank you. Posts. So where did we leave off? We're doing that one, which is the Montana Sequoia Nations Canyon. Okay, cool. So, the next set of parts. I have to pull up my images. No. My Bosconian runs in the background. Here, post. Here we go. Starting with the wild and from a while back, first caves one. Where is it? Huh. Killer main. Change my picture. Move this out of the way. This one. That here's Carlsbad Caverns. Carlsbad Caverns, buddy. Guessed that. Congratulations. He given thumbs up and a like and a heart and all that good stuff. Fine. The next one that was on the list. This one is Lesson Zook National Park. Next one. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this picture. Found Pinnacles National Park. Pinnacles National Park. And then we had our first desert park. No. Where'd it go? This one. Great Sand Dunes. Great Sand Dunes National Park. Everybody do their junior ranger booklets. Then we have out. It was one of the island parks. And we like a lot. This one, American Samoa, the physical on and all that has melts to the gods. Then we had another desert around here. Death Valley. Anybody? Yes, Death Valley. Way to go. And then let us skip part. Glacier Bay. There we go. And then Saguaro National Park. The very fancy saguaro cacti. And then we had an island park in July or two, yes. And the one with the funny looking canoe in it. This one, Glacier National Park. And bam, the Petrified Forest. Very nice. And bam. Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Then, okay, now we're all caught up. Thank you very much for joining me today. Oh, I'm gonna go take a nap. Bye.